Welcome back to the Real Men of Real Estate with your host, Thomas Chappell, and our special guest here, Toya W. I want to take the time out to speak about somebody that's going to end up being a guest on the Real Estate Club in June, as well as the guest on the Real Men of Real Estate in June of next year. So she's going to be double trouble. Mm-hmm. Your partner in crime, Sharon Barnes. Talk about her real quick.
Sharon Barnes. So we have this running little joke between us because I've always been around older people. Like, my mom didn't have me till she was 41. So you can imagine, I have sisters in their 60s and 50s and stuff like that. So I never really got to be a baby. And so I've always been more comfortable around older people. And so when Sharon and I connected back in 2012, we decided to team up. We're like, hey, we're going to team up and we're going to go ahead and take this, real estate business by storm. It'll work out better. Two heads are better than one. So that's kind of how we got started together working. And then come to find out, she actually has known my family for years. Like, when I was a little girl, wow. She had been around my family. So I'm like, I know I've probably seen her and interacted with her, but of course, just not knowing, getting older. And so, it's just so funny because when we go out and she's like, hey, everybody think you my daughter anyway. Can you act like you my daughter and go over get me a piece of this or go get that for me? And so, I call her Mama Sharon, and then people say, oh, that's your daughter. And every time we used to go out, she'd be like, no, it's my business partner. And people like, oh, but you seem like, like y'all a mother-daughter team. Right. So, we use it if we need to.
Well, I know you guys done a lot of things, and I met you guys together, and I'm using it as a shameless plug because she is speaking next month. I forget which day it is, but she's speaking next month about ADUs. Yes. That is her niche right now, talking about ADUs and how to be able to value the ADUs and value to value your property on the upside when you get ready to resell it. Okay. That you can turn around and get more value when you resell it versus just having it value as just that one main unit that's on the property and whatnot. So I really appreciate her. And then she's going to be a double trouble because she is coming on the show next month, and she's going to be doing the show as well. Mm-hmm. And you guys do work great together.
Yes, we do.
You guys do, and it would not be fair to have you on and not give her love at the same time.
Of course. I mentioned her earlier. I'm like, that's my girl, So, the little known fact about her, she probably don't want nobody to know, but she used to be an attorney.
I know that.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of people don't. Yeah, and so that's how we came together. Her background as an attorney and mine with the numbers, we just made the perfect team, especially when it came to investing. Okay,
so here's what I'm going to ask you. What's the future, before you answer, what's the future look like for Toya Tillett, and what does the future look like for Toya Tillett and Sharon Barnes?
Well, what the future looks like for Toya Tillett, I am looking to gain more exposure and do more public speaking and more trainings about the things that I have knowledge in.
Well, you got to start right here, so there you go.
So I'm starting right here, okay? So, teaching people how to structure their entities properly and how they can build funding up under their companies to purchase here or, in another state or internationally. And that's where my heart is to teach people. I found out that I like to train. I didn't even realize that I was actually being a teacher because I was really enjoying it, being able to tell someone what to do and they listen to you and go make it work.
Okay. So now when you talk about teaching, isn't it great when you see a piece of you grow up in someone else?
Yes. It's amazing. It's a really, really good feeling. And I see it with my agents. That's kind of where I started. And I'm really starting to enjoy this a lot. I'm giving them information and they're taking it and they're running with it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, they actually listen to me because, I just be talking. And sometimes in our meetings, I'm just talking. But they are excited to come to these meetings. And I'm like, I don't even have nothing to talk to y'all about today. But let's just have a general conversation. How's your life going? What's going on with this? And they look for me to give them advice. And I just tell them my experiences. I've been in real estate for 17 years. So I just tell them the different things I've been through and the different types of clients I've had, the easy ones, the not so easy ones, the times when I made money, the times when I was broke, just tell them the real and just keep it real with them. And they haven't had that in the brokerage. So I think that's what attracts them to me, to be their broker, because I told them I just want to be the broker that I didn't have. I never had the broker that was, teaching me to think outside the box. It was just like, hey, you need to close 24 deals a year or you're out.
Exactly.
And you don't get that. And so it's like, I have other opportunities. Like you guys can do commercial lending. You guys can do international sales. There's so many things that I let my agents do. I'm not keeping them pigeonholed in one box.
Exactly. And I feel the same way, especially when I coach, that I can walk and see a kid and they, hey, coach, how you doing? Could be 5, 10, 15 years down the road. Wow. And they still remember the same thing when I mentor the people when it comes to real estate. I tell them I have to break you down like they do in the military and build you back up, because the stuff that now it's not going to help you in the field of real estate or anything that you do, because you're still going to be pigeonholed to stuff that you learned when you was younger. Right. And it's not saying that your mother and father taught you anything wrong. It's just the fact is that when now you're stepping outside the box, right, you can't do it the way the rest of the world is doing. You got to do something different in order to become successful at it. So that's one thing that wanted to figure out. Also, what's the thing as the future for you and Sharon Barnes?
Well, the future for me and Sharon Barnes is, of course, we're going to continue our working relationship and working together on some different investment opportunities. Of course, she does the ADU, so we're looking to do some projects where we can purchase a property, add an ADU or two, make it a triplex or something like that, and just keep this thing growing. Okay,
so here's my question. If I wanted to become an agent and work under you, how can people get in contact with you?
You can reach me at 909-494-2280, and the name of my company is Tillett Realty Group. You can actually find us on the web at TillettRealtyGroup.com. That's Tillett, T as in Tom, ILLETT, RealtyGroup.com, and you can check out the Join TRG page, and you can fill out a form there for an interview request.
Okay, great. Now, will you answer your phone?
I will answer my phone. Text me first.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is about our time, so I'm going to give you my information once again. I am the host of the Black Men, the Real Men of Real Estate. You can catch me every last Sunday of the month between the hours of 1 p.m. and 2 and 4 p.m. to 5 on Eastern Standard Time. Also, I have a real estate investment club, which is every third Wednesday of the month. It's called Black Inland Empire Real Estate Investment Club. Please feel free to come to the club. Please feel free to come and call me. My number is 404-844-1828. Once again, it's 404-844-1828. Email is first name, last name, 33@yahoo.com. Thank you again for listening in, and hope to hear from you again next month. Have a good one.